How we all doing? So, trying to break this Funko week up into themes, and I'm kind of running out of days at this point, so I decided to just do like a fantasy anime cartoon sci-fi kind of lot. So, we got Star Wars, My Hero Academia, Fortnite, Ninja Turtles, Overwatch, Harry Potter, and Ghostbusters for our theme, and we have a lot of them. So we are gonna quickly get into this. So let's get started. So first up, we have Mighty Mugs is the brand. This is I don't know if it's Disney specific or Star Wars specific, but it's a Funko knockoff. It's a little statue with odd proportions. So this one comes with a detachable base, which is kind of cool. You can just use a straight screwdriver and take him off if you just want him not on that. And you could rotate through three pretty similar facial expressions, but a little something there. Arms move. Not a bad piece. I'm kind of curious what these go for. I'd never heard of them before I bought this lot of Funko and high-end figures. So got Mighty Mugs, Stormtrooper, and this is the here it is. This is the one. So looking like 14 in box, 12, 13, 15, 20, all in box so far. This guy went and put it in a case. A little odd. Alright, let's see if we can find one outside the box. And if you take it out of the box and put it in a different box, you unboxed it. That's the end. These have like a display style box, like the pops. Anyways, that's first order. It's not the one we have. And I'm not anticipating much out of this, honestly, but not a single one sold. That seems odd. We'll go back and see if there's a item number attached to it that I missed. They number them like pops. Yeah, 13. Okay. So we'll add 13 up here. This search feature does not do well with numbers necessarily. All right, so we got an out of box here for 12. Let's see if any sell. 0. I'm not seeing anything here indicating that's an anomaly. I think these are just not popular. You know, pops themselves are kind of dying off, so you have to assume the knockoff probably never got off the ground. So we're just going to do a standard $8, which is a profit of 3. And moving on. We have Grand Moff Tarkin. Also Mighty Mugs. This one does not have a detachable base. It's significantly larger. It's hollow, which is odd. There's like a square that maybe it had a base. There might be a way of taking it apart. I'm really not entirely sure. 2008. That doesn't bode well. If I'd never heard of you and you'd been making toys and this is kind of my wheelhouse, I've never run into these. I'm thinking this is not going to be anything more than a paperweight, but we'll check it out here. We got 53 Grand Moff Tarkins for sale. Some box, some not. We got a 10, a 17. The box ones are all over the place. 10, 18. I'm guessing there's no sales on this. 53 for sale. 2. 1 in a box. They had a lot of 6 that went for 16 plus shipping. Yeah. Okay. I don't even remember this guy from a movie. What was he even in? I don't know. He looks like he was in the original movies, but I'm not sure offhand. Did he the dude that gets choked to death? Or is he the dude shooting the Death Star? I don't know. Whatever. So we're gonna do we'll do 8. I didn't see anywhere near that. They're all kind of all over the place. Might be sitting on it for a while. You never know. I actually made fun of a Funko, not from this lot, but a previous lot from the Nutcracker. And it's the only one I've sold so far in the last like 6 days that I've been listing these. So, joke's on me, I suppose. All right, next one. All right, so still with the Star Wars, we got Bobblehead Bo-Katan from The Mandalorian. I don't remember this one. I watch Mandalorian. I want to say he has like dual pistols usually. It's like a gunslinger. This might be the female lead from the other faction he runs into. I haven't watched it in quite a while, so it was pretty nice. I kind of suspect this thing breaks. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but it's in good shape. And this one could be worth money. Mandalorian was super hot for a while, so might be a little crossover action there. So we got, this is the one with the shield. So might just narrow it down now. 412. Okay. Yeah, it's got to be the right one. Unless they have a non-bobblehead version. I don't think so, though. I just don't like that none of these actually say bobblehead. You zoom in on this one. Okay, bobblehead. We're good. When I did this yesterday with DC, what are they called? Like wacky wobblers? Like, it's bobbleheads. Like, you can't rebrand this. This is what they've always been. Don't go reinventing the wheel. A lot of wacky wobblers, never to take off. But anyway, so we got 1,100. 1,100 of these for sale. That is unbelievable. Most of these, when I look them up, it's like 200. That is crazy. Oh, all right. So if there's that many for sale, people got to be buying them, right? Yeah, this is just getting messed up because it says 1 sold, but then it immediately goes into. I guess it's putting the bobblehead in throws it off. I don't know. But anyways, we got 1 in box for 9, 1 in box for 8. So supply and demand. There's an awful lot of these. And apparently not a huge amount of demand. I don't know if everybody kind of had the same idea with how hot The Mandalorian was and grabbed these with the concept to sell them, or if it's just that the Pop's purge has begun. Look at this. $2 with free shipping. Just throw it in the trash. You just spent $4 to go give this to somebody. So yeah, this is not looking good. 0 out of box. And the ones in the box are going for 2 buckaroos. So well, we're gonna list it for 8. Like, I'm not even gonna put it into the profit thing. I will own this in like 2 years still. I have no doubt in my mind. Looking at how many of these are for sale. I might give this to my kid. He likes Mandalorian. Whatever. And on to the next. I decided to do this one as a lot. Because they're small. They're all bobbleheads. When I did this with Marvel, they weren't really going that well. Figure if I put 3 together, we can possibly get more than $8 for the 3. So we got Funko Mini Bobblehead Star Wars to start. So we have the Leia without the base. And that's going, they're asking 10. Okay, Leia without base. This guy's asking 14. I believe that's Rey, except the sword's on the wrong side. Another Leia for 10. Not seeing any stormtroopers. Okay, this is Rey, but why is the sword on the other side? This isn't posable, is it? Nah. That's really odd. As you see, the sword's bent too. If you ever have this happen, you can straighten this. Put it up to the camera a little bit here. With this type of plastic, like PVCs and vinyls, you could straighten that out with a hair dryer on a low setting, and then you basically splint it. So I would take like a screwdriver, like so, and I'd do it until it's malleable, and then I'd press it up against the screwdriver, and then I'd put a piece of like a Ziploc bag around it so I could tape it without taping the actual item itself. And just leave it that way for a couple of days and take it off, and it's fine. It'll remain straight once it cools down and kind of sits in that position for a bit. That I'm just going to leave because they're going to be... Okay. Now we have 2 in this set, and they have the sword on opposite sides. So, a variant on it. I'm not seeing the Stormtrooper, so let's just look at sold listings. 1,800 of these. Get an idea on this. 6 of these for 70. That seems weird. This 1 for 20. How many sold? So we had 1,800 for sale, 98 sold. That is a high supply and a pretty low demand at this point. The bubble is very much bursting on this. And that's something you just take into your head if you're doing this. These aren't worthless. I'm not upset that I bought these in a bag, but you have to temper what you spend for them. You have to source cheaply because you're going to have to undercut 1,800 other people to have any hope of flipping this stuff. That might not be possible. I mean, if I got these for like a nickel a piece, then yeah, sure. Other than the goofballs willing to sell stuff at a loss. Alright, so that's $15 for 7. So, a Leia on the stand for 10. Leia seems to be oddly the most popular. I don't know if that's a nostalgia thing, or this may have come out right after Carrie Fisher died. I forget what year that was exactly. I want to say it was 2017, something around there. 16 for 3. I'm going to go 10 for 3. And I'm not seeing a lot of Stormtroopers. I didn't see a lot for sale, and I don't see a lot sold. So the fact that there's a Stormtrooper in here, and Leia seems to be the most popular, I think 10 is a pretty realistic number. And I think these might get gone at some point. So that'll get me $5 if I sell them for 10. And then, you know, if you're reselling, if you do anything in a lot, You throw it in a little Ziploc bag. That way, you know what's a single figure and what is a sold lot. And that's just easy to find the bag with the correct assortment. Time is money. Save yourself a lot of money looking for the right thing to mail out. So moving on to Ghostbusters, we got Dr. Abby Yates, which I had to look up. I haven't seen Ghostbusters since... I don't even know if I saw Ghostbusters 2, actually. Definitely saw the original. One of the first, like, movies on VHS that I ever saw. Back when you go to a video store, you rent a VCR for an astronomical sum of money in the 80s to borrow a VCR, and it looked like a briefcase. It was pretty wild, but yeah. So no interest in Ghostbusters personally, outside that it signals the reemergence of Ecto Cooler, which is delightful. And last time it came back, it was exactly the same as when I was a kid. You know, a lot of stuff you try it again as an adult, and you're thinking like, how did I actually like this as a kid? And you gotta wonder, were my taste god awful, or did they change it? And Ecto Cooler re-released, and it was identical. So then I knew just all the stuff from my childhood, they just cheaped out on it. It's not made well anymore. But let's see what we can get for this. I'm kind of thinking this might be okay. You know, fringe popular. You know, it was the big push with the female Ghostbusters. There was like the pushback. Then people wanted to support it because it was an all-woman Ghostbusters movie. Unless this is one from the crossover where it's just like the old and young ones. But I don't know. So we got 105 for sale. Ted's 13s. Got one out of the box 11. Another out of the box 11. Another out of the box 12. 12. That's pretty much 10. So our number is going to be 10 at the moment. 105 for sale. 17 sold. Huh. We'll ignore this person that screwed themselves on a bid. So we got 14 in box, 14 in box, 12 in box. Oh, this came with a stand, huh? Uh-oh. I ain't got that, but stand's fine without it. Some of them topple without the stand, but she's alright. So, $9.50 with stand. So we're down to 9. Yeah, 9. Nine's totally reasonable. And a good amount of profit coming up. So, and we're not even remotely done. We're not even halfway done with today's video, and then I have a whole lot more in there. So this is shaping up. I was hoping to be close to 200 at the end. I don't think that's going to happen. We just haven't had any real big ones. Unfortunately, I was hoping for at least one rare. I got one coming up tomorrow that might be the biggest seller. When I was kind of looking at them, it was on a cursory inspection. And I don't want to give it away, so you have to check it out. All I'm going to say is Bayside. All right, so we have this slacker that won't stand up. So again, I was talking about reshaping Vital. This was probably stored because these are top heavy. If they put it somewhere and laid it down, the head would eventually just start tipping back. So now its balance is thrown and it wants to fall backwards pretty much no matter what I do. So now if I wanted to heat it up and kind of just move the head forward, eventually it would seize up there, but whatever. For now, we'll just live with it. So My Hero Academia, I know nothing about this. I do not like anime. This is a very popular one as far as I can tell. People talk about it a lot online as a outstanding anime if you're into that kind of thing. This figure is one of two I have. This one's like a 5-inch. No, 3.5. Odd. And it is a Funko 5-star figure. And I've never seen one of those. I don't know if it's anime specific, and I just haven't run into non-pops that are anime. I'm hoping for good things here. So $339 for sale. I want to say this is the same one by the outfit. There seems to be a few variants. This probably stands up by itself. So, 14 on that. That's a different outfit. Not that that would necessarily matter. That's the same one. Well, see, they got their finger on it in the picture, right? So it probably won't stand up. So they kind of did that. So this might be a common problem. And it doesn't have a stand either. You can see there's no footholds. Like, unless it's never supposed to come out of the box. But anyway, that one's 10. It is a smaller figure. It's going to be tough. What kind of soda was this? Whatever. It's long gone, I'm sure. This is a posed one for 10. Nothing outside the box. So I'm just going to do 8. Be the cheapest one up there. I will mention it doesn't stand well on its own. That kind of just gets me out of any liability where they say it won't stand up. Which again, you can fix it if you really wanted to. A hair dryer and a little pressure, and then you just maybe just lay it down like this, and I bet just laying it down like this, it would actually correct itself. It's just like right on the cusp. Alright. And then, no need to even cut, because we got another one. This one is smaller. I thought this one was 3. Why do these seem so much bigger? Oh, I guess it's really not that. 3.5 and 3. But like the proportions are different. The head is twice as big as the other one. This is more like realistic. So this isn't Funko. This one is Kawaii Titan is the brand. Which is might be a anime centric thing, and that's why I haven't run into it. But no matter. Kawaii Titans, and that one looks correct. 3-inch. With the suspendery things up here. The other ones got like that weird tracksuit thing. Another tracksuit. So we're looking at 11 in the box. 17 in the box. This box is different for some reason. Might just be like... Oh, it's a Christmas ornament. Okay. This is not. And I've had that happen where I had what I thought was a figure and it was a Christmas ornament. So if you're not sure, look at the head and see if there's a hole where like something used to hook into it. No, but no, this is just a straight up figure. So not a lot of these for sale. So 9 results. No exact sales. So Kawaii Titans, Academia. I thought this was the main character. I couldn't even guess, honestly. But it's odd that the main character would be the least popular. So these are going for 9s. This is a villain. Like, it's got to be a villain, right? For some reason, I'm getting like Narcolepsy Man, something really weird. That would fit in anime. They got weird tropes for everything. So I'm just going to do 8. But I'm not going to put in the profits because I don't think it's going to move realistically. But I could be wrong. And if I have stuff that doesn't move after years, and keeping in mind reselling, to me, this is an investment. I invest the money I make off of this immediately. But also, I'm buying stuff to generate money down the road. So my outlook is that I want to move everything, obviously, as quickly as possible. But if I still have it 3 years in, I got to do something with it. It's especially if nobody's looking at it. I got to lower a price. It may be that the price that I put in that was competitive is no longer. I got to adjust that. Or I got to bundle it with something and do like 3 anime figures just to try to get it out the door. And then sometimes I just end up donating stuff or, getting rid of it. But let's see what else we got here. All right, so we got Funko Pops again. This one is Fortnite. And this is Moonwalker. I know nothing about Fortnite. Not my cup of tea. My 5-year-old likes it. I don't think he's probably particularly good at it, but he enjoys it. Now this is supposed to have a base, but it actually stands up fine on its own. I have sold some Fortnite figures. I don't know if I've ever sold a Fortnite pop, though. So we got 501 Moonwalker Funko listings. So here's the one right here, out of the box for 9. In the box for 8. That's not a good sign. 12, 10. As soon as you see it in the box at 8, you're pretty well sunk. Sometimes you can have an anomaly and then it's gone. It gets sold and then you're kind of just back at the regular prices. That's why I tend to go through and make sure I'm finding at least 3 that are in the same price range, and that really is your price floor. But yeah, we're looking at about 8 or 9 outside the box, 10 inside the box. So this is going to end up being an 8 if it sells, 501 for sale, 31 sold, although that is very clearly Michael Jackson, a different kind of moonwalk entirely. Even Michael Jackson doesn't really sell for much, huh? Wow, tragic. So these are going in the box, not a lot of them. One outside the box for, they made a penny if they're lucky, if that person lived close by. It's a variant, I'm assuming, a minifig. Yeah, they're moving. Moving for a little bit. So we'll do $3. We'll even add it in. I think eventually it'll go. Fortnite will. I don't know how long it's been around. It's been around quite a while. So I think there'll always be a bit of popularity and younger people and collecting. I can see this moving off eventually. All right, up next. This one's got some problems. I was hoping to find a base This one very clearly needs it because she's got this big honking ponytail that's knocking her back. The barrel of the gun's bent. I could reshape it, but really the issue is this. I'm listing it as base missing. And the bases are interchangeable. If somebody had a pop that does stand well, they can move the base over. But anywho, this is Overwatch Widowmaker. Got $5.98 for sale. A few variants on this as well. So different one out of the box for 8, 11. This one for 9. So I'm thinking we're going to be doing 8 again on this. So 600 for sale, 59 sold. That's not bad at all, actually. I don't know if Overwatch has a big collector's market. It seems to be pretty popular. Again, I'm not into the squad-based games, really. So I never picked it up. These are actually going for pretty good prices. Oddly enough. Now, none of them are loose, so that's not a good deal for me, but whatever, we'll do 8. It could go. I could definitely see it moving. Alright, so the last 2 I saved for last because I think they're going to generate the most money. So Ninja Turtles is perpetually hot as hell. So we got this Leonardo, pretty sweet. Now he has a tassel that's intact. The tassels break off on almost every Ninja Turtles figure. One of those weak points on the figure. This one has a little bit of damage on the tip of the sword. It's kind of hard to see. It looks like maybe like whoops, like a cat chewed it or something. It's not too bad. So I just put it in my listing just to make sure I'm covered. Get my butterscotches out of here. I'm an old man. Leave me alone. So I got 2,400 of them for sale. Okay, that one's Leonardo da Vinci. That kind of does. It kind of counts. Half credit. I'm sure there's a ton of different ones. All right, this actually looks like the correct one. The sword posture looks right. So we're just going to say it's number 16. You can knock this down a bit. Down to 215, and that's definitely the right one. So you can see this one. Boxed with pop protector? I feel like some specialized shipping thing. Why is Homer Simpson here? What part of the search parameter generated Homer Simpson shrinking back into the hedges? So anyways, we got in the box, looking at like 14 to 18. We got 14 out of box here. 13. 18, 13. So we're at about like 13 right now. A signed one. Who would sign it? Tochi, maybe the voice of him in something. Could be the guy in the suit in the movies. I don't know. So we're looking at some of these going for around 20, 15. Nothing out of the box yet. 13, 10, but that's bids. I don't count those because that doesn't mean anything. Another bid. 15. I think 12 is going to be our number. That's a different one. Yeah, I think 12 is going to be a number, and these sell fairly robustly. So, being the cheapest guy out of everybody, kind of doesn't matter how many are for sale. Unless somebody doesn't come along and undercut me. All right, and last one. So this isn't a pop at all. It's a Hallmark Hermione from Harry Potter ornament. Ornaments can go for good money. People spend money during the holidays, so you can find some ornaments that go for a shocking amount of money. This is like Pop's styled, but it's definitely just a Hallmark. And I think this one could be good. Check this out here. So 2017. This looks like the correct one in the box for 22 bucks. Of course, there's going to be quite a few of these. That's a broomstick one. I actually have a... Yeah, I have an ornament that's hairy. I don't want to do a bulk thing. I think this will sell on its own. I wish I had this one. This one's consistently going for like 50 to 80 bucks. That's the thing, like, you know, with reselling, you could decide you're going to learn about anything and just add it to your repertoire. So if you were interested in Christmas, you can make good money on Christmas ornaments. Sure, you would source them spring, summer, get the best possible prices, and then you could clean up prior to the holidays. If you're into that, which I'm not, but all right, so here's one out of box 18, and it's missing the string. I don't know if that really matters with ornaments. This one with string, 14. In the box, 14, so we're probably about 12. I'm sure these sell. It's an awful lot for sale. 66, that's not bad. This is really only going to go back 3 months, so how many ornaments are you really selling in the off season? Alright, so this was in a set. No, these are minis, so that's not right. This looks correct. It doesn't say mini. And it looks the scarf is right. So I'm thinking 12 is going to be it. And really, I don't know if it's going to move or not. I think it will. Especially coming up to the holidays. I've sold a lot of Harry Potter stuff. It has a pretty solid following. A lot of the higher end toys. I sold a troll, like a big troll figure, for quite a bit of money. I had a Funko Hagrid out of the box that I sold. So yeah, I'm going to do 12 bucks on this. Puts us up to 87. So we're going to hit 100. I was hoping to hit 2, but we're just not finding the right stuff to do that. Not that I could be really upset about this profit margin, and we're not done. Not by a stretch here. We've got another long episode to finish this up tomorrow. I appreciate y'all watching. And if you like this sort of thing, if you like reselling, if you like seeing the toys, comment, that's always cool. Subscribe, that's better. Like, also good. However you interact, I appreciate it. I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.